This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today, in the arena, we dive once more into the unknown with an Allure of the Unknown Control Rakdos deck. So this is one of the decks I really like to play and mess around with every so often. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I've played the games, I know what happens. You don't. So a little hint. This is definitely a fun and good deck that can be very rewarding in creature metagames. And if you don't get matchups with creatures, you start to question your life choices, as the deck has a very, very low win percentage against non-creature decks. It is a playable deck against rogues, which is nice because it does run 4 copies of Kroxa. But for the most part, this is incredibly anti-creature. And we're going to see how the matchmaker treats us. But this deck went through a lot of incarnations. There are a lot of different removal spells I want to try out. The main theme of the deck is that we want to use the draw 5 nature of Allure of the Unknown. A 5-mana draw 5 at sorcery speed is not bad. But the problem with this card is you reveal your top 6 cards, an opponent exiles a non-land card from among them, you put the rest into your hand. The opponent may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So the restriction of Into the Unknown is that we can't play very powerful cards in our own deck. The best cards our opponent can usually hit off of Allure of the Unknown are Kroxa, which, if they do play it, goes to our graveyard. They don't get to keep Kroxa on the field. It sacrifices itself. So we discard one of our 5 cards, and now we have Kroxa in the graveyard to get back and torment the opponent with. That's fine. We also have 4 allures. If they allure into an allure, then we get a spell for free, but they also get a draw 5. So that gets a little bit messy. But it is kind of fun to do an Allure of the Unknown train. If they play Allure in their deck, maybe we can do a triple Allure. But we also have 2 copies of Spare Supplies. If they sacrifice it, it ends up in our graveyard for Lurrus to get back. So a little bit of card advantage. And 1 copy of Soul Guide Lantern, which at first looks terrible because it can stop our Kroxa. But the truth is it doesn't stop Kroxa all that well. If the opponent takes a Soul Guide Lantern and puts it on their side of the battlefield, and we play a Kroxa, we can set it up so we can cast Kroxa and escape Kroxa before they Soul Guide Lantern our graveyard. And then they either have to stop the Kroxa from happening, but we still get Kroxa, or they kill the Kroxa again. We got 2 cards out of it. Then they Soul Guide Lantern. Life goes on. We'll figure it out, but that card advantage should put us ahead. So I really like using 1 Soul Guide Lantern because it also combines very well with Lurrus. It might be better than Spare Supplies, but Spare Supplies with Lurrus is actually a lot of fun that not many people have had the joy of doing. So I experimented with a lot of different removal spells. Cards that got cut by the end of the video were Tundra Fumarole, Erebos' Intervention. Some of these more narrow cards, Blood on the Snow, got cut before the end of the video. Ended up going with 4 Shredded Sails because if an artifact sticks on the board against this deck and they provide residual value like Terragrid's Lantern or the Great Henge, you just end up losing. And just about every deck has either a creature with 4 toughness that flies or an artifact to target. And if they don't, cycling to draw a card is usually fine in those matchups. I'm thinking of like the Sultai Ultimatum deck. You're heavily unfavored anyway. No card is really going to fix that. But if you cycle Shredded Sails, at least you can bring back Kroxa more often. So that's the point of the deck. We have a Snow mana base to run Frostbite, which is one of the new cards that we're trying out. We also had Tundra Fumarole. Didn't make the final cut. And I went from 4 Faceless Havens at first down to 2 before the end because Faceless Haven and bringing back Kroxa doesn't really work together. I kept playing Rogues and having Faceless Haven as my 4th land, and it broke my heart. So that got cut. We went up on Shatterskull Smashings. The land count's absurdly high because for whatever reason, I can't hit land drop number 5 without Omens of the Sea in my deck. So we have to make sure we get there. So that's how those numbers came about. I love decks like this. Every now and then playing Into the Unknown is great, and it might succeed in a meta full of creatures. Today's video is dedicated to Jason Dowdell. Thank you very much for becoming a member. You too can join the Cool Kids Club below, get early access to my deck list, occasional bonus content, early looks at some videos, and the chance of getting a video dedicated to you. And today we're headed over to the store to pick up a card in our champion's honor. And it is going to be, let's grab Glorious Protector. I really like this card. I like Dryad of the Elysian Grove. I guess I can still get it with gold. All right, you get Dryad. You get Dryad. It's still got a few weeks in standard, and people like this card. There's a lot of uses for it. Why not? All right. Now that we've done that, let's dive in. Into the unknown! And let the nonsense begin. Know your Orient. Know your Orient. Lurrus. I have no idea. Obviously, filling my graveyard a little bit might help with my Lurrus. Might not be great. 3 tap lands. But lots of removal for these rogues. Oh, come on. Let's all take a minute and appreciate the fineness that the shuffler brings. Man, I hate playing against rogues, but I can't delete the game now. We have to expose the shuffler for all its BS. There's the Kroxa. Oh no! If I play this, my Kroxa is slower. I think we have to go for the Kroxa, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Nice. This opponent's all over it. They have no cares in the world. Okay, they took 3. Means that they must have awkward lands. All right, how about some more removal? Give it to me. Great. We don't want to play the Fumarole until we can also use the mana for something, so we'll play this. We'll try to fight on our opponent's turn. Unless they play a Soaring Thought Thief right here. Okay, Thieves Guild. What do we put back? I think we have enough Sulfurous Mires, personally. What do you guys think? Did we do okay on that front? Let's go, Kroxa. Let's go. Say go. Nice. Hopefully the rest of the game just seems a lot like this. Here comes Kroxa. Your creatures are 1/1s. Go ahead, counter it. I dare ya. In response, I fetch. I fetch an island. I drown it. Yeah, that's it. Got him. All right, let's see if you have another rogue to spew out here. It is my end step. You can play a rogue now. Now they're thinking, like, do I want to fill the graveyard for Kroxa? Well, you could just not cast any more creatures for the rest of the game. I'm okay with that. All right, we need an untapped land off the top also that's not a haven if they do refill the yard, so we can kill stuff and Kroxa. What does this go to? 5? Yep. Give me an untapped land. Yeah, give me one of those. Give me that. They have bought Lurrus, everybody. Lurrus is here. No! Okay, so we'll fill the graveyard by playing some creatures and stuff. We can go for this, and if it resolves, we can do Allure of the Unknown, which will probably get countered because we have 5 cards in the graveyard, but whatever. This might get countered too. I don't have anything else to do with the mana. Oh, I can buy Lurrus. That's not true. So I should, I guess, try this first. This is weird. Well, this doesn't clear till the end of the turn either, so if they do play a Thought Thief, they would have played it last turn though, probably. They might not. Oh my gosh, this is a weird turn. I'm not sure what the right play is. I'm just gonna try to kill some stuff, I guess. I really should get this played. Resolves, nice. So I get to hold up Eliminate, buy the Lurrus, say go. It's definitely not a matchup where you want to play Allure of the Unknown. 5 mana, it'll just probably get countered. So if we let this hit us, if we don't, we're on 7. I guess I'd rather fight the Lurrus, which I think they want to play here. Not my event. Not my event. Yeah, not surprised there, but that would have happened either way, whether we killed this or not. My turn. We're on 7, so right now if we go for this, right now they can't sacrifice it, at least. So we'll play that. We'll exile. They're probably going to counter this, but we trim down the graveyard again, makes their cards weaker. Nope, no counter. All right, drop off something. Take 3. And kill the Kroxa. The duel continues. All right. Not casting Lurrus. Are you a coward? What are you, afraid? The heck are you doing? Oh, they figured out how to pass the turn. So what do you think? Allure of the Unknown makes us discard a lot, which I don't think is particularly good. We can re-Kroxa them. We can also play Lurrus and Kroxa them. Can also just pass with Eliminate up, because who cares about this? So they must be planning to play another creature. So yeah, I think we do this. Okay, no stick. They just don't have much. That's interesting. No stick means they probably can't deal with Haven. Probably can't deal with Haven. But why did they pass? I guess they could have another into the story. That's reasonable. I'm going to pass again. I'm not too worried about you. You putting a card in my graveyard and then me casting Eliminate gets back Kroxa again. Spare supplies in the house. Yeah, Lurrus combo. Now we've got him, boys. Now we've got him. Pass turn. All right, I'll eliminate you. Six cards. Nice mountain. Unless we want to go for this first, before we do that. Okay. I mean, the opponent's not doing much. We can try to make them respect us. What do you say? What do you say to Lurrus here? If you counter it, I'll Kroxa. If you don't counter it, maybe I'm supposed to Kroxa anyway. Maybe that's better than spare supplies. It'll probably just hit another land, though. All right. Now they'll have to kill the Lurrus, or this will keep happening to them. Okay. 7 mana into the story. What a boss. How many you cast of those? 2? Seems like a billion. They must have Agadeem's Awakening now. This matchup was a lot easier back when they didn't know to play enough land in Rogues. Ever since they started playing like 26 to 27 land sources, this matchup's a lot harder because they just get to 7 and they cast into the story and it's still massive. A million removal spells in Kroxa just isn't good enough. Because they still just win with this engine that they get going of just crabs and Lurrus and endless value. That's pretty good. Guess we can do this first. What you got? I mean, I guess if they keep countering this, eventually they run out of counters. Let's keep the instant speed removal spell for the Lurrus. Take out the crab. What are we on, 24? All right, do you have another Into the Unknown? Or into the, sorry, Into the Story. Between the two, it's Into the Unknown, which is lol. So I need an Erebos' intervention to exile their graveyard before they Agadeems me, because when they do, I'm gonna lose. They have one here, but they probably have another by now. They're halfway through the deck. Okay. Can't get in that graveyard fast enough anymore. Drop them to one card. We could try to trade the Haven with their Thieves Guild. They'd probably take that deal, but we get it off the board. Yeah, their last card is Sorcery Speed. It must be Awakening. It must be. But we have to, getting that Enforcer off the board for the Awakening means we get milled less. Oh, it's not. Of one mind, draw 2. That's what they hung on to. Maybe things aren't going as perfectly over there as they make it look. They gotta stop this Kroxa. They keep on top. When you keep on top that fast, it's probably a draw 4. Okay, they drown. Again. How much Kroxa can you handle? Last card down. So we're gonna see what that card on top was. Soaring Thought Thief. Okay, they let it go instead of playing it. They're worried about their life total. They know what they're gonna draw. I told you. 100 million %. It's another draw 4. 100 million %. I hope it's all land. Darn it, at least one is not a land, but they can't sacrifice it. All right. Gotta be worried about Awakening, so we need to try to empty their hand if we can. We have multiple Kroxas, but we can't get one back yet. There's a Prophecy. There's a Dragonfire. Let's get this out of the way. They do have a reaction. It is a card in hand. Nothing on the board holds priority right now because there aren't enough cards in the graveyard, so what is it? Okay. Here I come. Come on, Kroxa, let's go. Get me there. Get me there, buddy. Okay. That's gonna get their last card. Dude, the last 2 draws were straight fire. We got him on empty again. Oh wait, they're dead. They're dead. We did it. We killed the Rogues. Feels good, man. Thank you, Kroxa. You are a G. You are the frickin' Titan of Death's hunger, baby. Trying to hold numbers with Allure of the Unknown brew. Will we actually get to cast Allure of the Unknown? Let's find out. I really hope my opponent sees the Lurrus and keeps a handful of removal. This is a handful of removal. The spare supplies might help us find the last snowland. Black, that's not good. That implies not much. Oh, wait, are we just rogues? Were we rogues the whole time, everybody? We were rogues the whole time. Another rogue matchup. All right, down. Feed me my Kroxa. We need time to cast the spare supplies, so I think just firing the Frostbite right away is good. Okay. Weird. You get this intervention. Mono black rogues? That's fresh. Will we find a land? Drawing the escape card is always a bit of an ouch when they're gonna play things like Thieves Guild Enforcer, but alas, we battle on. Still no land. I want to dig for it. I just can't afford to take the hit. But if we hit an untapped red, we can Frostbite. But otherwise, we're just chilling. What do you guys think? Do we try to draw this land? Or do we try to hold this off? I think we try to hold this off. I think it's this. We don't know if we're going to find the land for Frostbite soon. I don't think we'll have time to cycle it, because we'd rather put that mana into the spare supplies. Okay, it's not a snowland, so Frostbite doesn't work. That's rough. So what do? We can Bloodchief, there's this, but then we take a hit from the Scavenger. We could also sack this and draw. I guess that's fine. If we draw the snowland and it's a mountain, we're good. If it's not, we can get thirsty. We do have to take a pretty nasty hit from the Scavenger. Faceless Haven. Ugh, and they have the Lantern? Discard a card. That's you. 8 cards. All right, if we draw a red source and bring this back, it's really good. We do give the opponent an extra pip here. My goodness. The deck is out to get us. This... oh, man. I guess we'll see if they power up that Faceless Haven into open mana. If they do, it's so brutal. This not being a snowland is killing us, and we got absolutely mana screwed in this game. And a Rankle. God, we... oh, man, I'm getting salty. I'm getting salty, guys. Our hand was perfect, but no land, so rip. May I draw a card? Okay, I may draw a card. Allure of the Unknown so far has just been an auto discard every single game. All right, there's the land. Is it in time? Will there be time? It's the snow-covered land too, and it's the red source. But how do we deal with Haven? I guess if they power up Haven, we have to intervene on the Haven or the Rankle. We could also buy the Lurrus, Frostbite one of the creatures, discard the Lurrus. I'm pretty sure we're dead though. Lands in the wrong order, that's for sure. Oh, no Haven. Okay. So they're going to play something else or just use the lantern again. I think we better gain this life. I don't want to have to discard. I feel like we should have absolutely clowned this matchup too, but we just never got to cast Into the Unknown because we never drew lands. That's why I'm salty. I think we should have had this. Should have been very happy to get this matchup. And they play Shadow's Verdict to get rid of the Kroxa. Nothing in the graveyard for this Lurrus, it's just a discard. I guess we need the land, because we need to draw Allure of the Unknown to hold off the Lantern. Or we need to play the Lurrus and attack with it, but I don't think that's going to work either. That Shredded Sails, man. I'm gonna need to draw the other one. Got Turgid Lanterned. Couldn't do anything about it. We still have spare supplies? Yep. Not bad. Could be worse. Not a good draw, though. I guess anything's a good draw if we can drop it to the Lantern. Opponent has to deal with the Lurrus. It's not over yet, but it looks over. Allure of the Unknown. Nope. Allure of the Unknown. If the opponent makes me discard this, I'll be so sad. But I guess we can draw with the castle. This turn's gonna hurt. Power up Faceless Haven. Make me lose 3, go to 1. Can I recover from that? Probably not. Okay, well. Brutal. Opponent best magician. Me, not so much. God, I hate their deck so much. Oh my gosh, that's just the cherry on top, isn't it? They run Null Priest of Oblivion. Alright, they get one of these. They can cast... Of course they got their own Allure. Is that the last one in the deck? Okay, there was one more. Still pretty unlucky. But hey, maybe we get a free spell, like a Shredded Sails. That would be nice. Let's see if they know how to cast off Allure. This is where most people mess up. Oh, they did it. They added it to the stack. Look at that. Wow, they hit a lot of crap, didn't they? All right, that's out of there. What can we do with 3 extra mana from the Haven? Not much. We still don't have a solution to this, but we have a lot to discard. Making them discard with Kroxa doesn't do anything, so I don't think we do that. Wait a minute. Am I just dead to the Haven? I am. I'm just dead to the Haven because I didn't draw an instant, and they know it. I'm just dead to the Haven. Do I have any unknowns? I have 1 unknown card, and they haven't always powered up the Haven, so... Let's bluff. If we don't play this, it makes it look like we have something to play on the Haven. We have to discard one of the known cards. If we discard the Kroxa, which is the only unknown card, they will definitely power a Haven. Okay. That's too bad. I'm salty about that game. Those missed land drops were so brutal. Alright. My experience playing the deck so far is, as predicted, we have not played any aggressive creature decks in 4 tries. We played Dimir Control and Yorion, which I scooped on like turn 3 or 4. And let's see if our luck changes, because supposedly over 80% of the meta is creature decks, if you go by stats provided by MTGA Assistant and Untap GG, but when I play a deck designed to fight them, I haven't played an aggressive creature deck yet. Not once. So, unless you count rogues. You might count rogues. Do you guys count rogues? I'm happy to farm some rogues. Like, if we fight rogues and I get to Kroxa them, I'll be a happy guy. I could make a video like that. Okay, mono white. All right. Let's see if we get to do what we came to do. I'm gonna get supplies down, because I don't know what this Extinction Event will name, but it might sweep up the early rush depending what it is. There's the Luminarch. It's always there. But where do they put the counter? An aggressive doggo or protected Luminarch? They're chilling in their main phase thinking about it. All right, you got this. You got this. All right, protected Luminarch. I agree. Oh, they might be on iOS. You get this Thopter pet for free if you log in from a mobile device. I don't know if that's still going, but it happened yesterday. So if they're on mobile, maybe that's... Oh, we should just spam emotes and try to crash them. Nah, just kidding. I wouldn't do that. So we could Tundra Fumarole, they protect, we draw a card. It's not worth it to me. Let's get the tap land out of the way. Yeah, looks like they're gonna be on mobile, so I guess the roping will be real. But we can try to melt their phone. We now have the out of trying to melt their phone. Just see if we can spam a bunch of triggers or something. Hey, I'm evil. Get over it. Nice. So plays into the double event. Or the double evens for the Extinction Event. We'll try to get their dog removed too. Actually, we'll just target the dog. With the Frostbite or the Dragonfire? I guess Dragonfire is better when we can't exile it, but dog is a card we want to exile. Mana efficiency. Ow. 15. Thin the deck, fill the yard. This is going to be a matchup where I do want to draw into the unknown pretty soon. Hope we do. Oh, almost clicked odd. That would be a disaster. Opponent also has a sweet Mastery Pass sleeves. I do love these. The blue especially. I live in a very cold part of the world in the winter time. I like things that make me feel in the north, being of the north. So we could Frostbite this, but I like saving the Frostbite. Let's Fumarole and use the mana to get the Lurrus, and then use the other mana to put the spare supplies in the graveyard. I guess I could have played this, had Frostbite open. Are we out of creatures? Nice. Our deck did the thing. We actually crushed the creatures. As intended. The finest Lurrus you've ever seen, getting back spare supplies. Tell me you haven't wanted to do that. That's a value mage dream right there. Oh, are we saying go? Oh, yes. I love it. Not playing into Giant Killer, so I'm not going to power up the Haven. Oh, this is the stuff right here. Do we attack? There might be destroy target tapped creature. Or Sigrid, but I can handle Sigrid. Yeah, we'll get frisky. Oh my gosh, look at this hand. Look at all the removal. It's beautiful. What the deck was meant to do. All right, let's fire off some of these, or we're just gonna run out of space. No more Sentinel's Eyes. More spare supplies. They did it. The crazy sons of, well, you know. We are just flying through the deck now. Oh my goodness. Will we find Allure of the Unknown? And just draw that huge chunk of the deck. Usher of the Fallen. Alright, target acquired. Maul of the Skyclaves. Sure. Pew. Kroxa. Kroxa Daddy. Alright. You'll love to see it. I'm not even going to spare supplies this turn. Opponent refusing to go down. Refusing to scoop. We can Shredded Sails this Maul if we want to go for flawless victory. Whew. That's game. That's what we came to do. At this point, this deck is an experiment in pain and just how rigged Magic Arena is. I've played against 7 blue decks. I've played against 1 mono white deck. I've played against 0 red decks, 0 adventure decks. Lurrus. Probably another blue deck then. It's absolutely wild. Let's just get it going. Give him the hello. Thank you. I think I need 8 more lands in this deck. I think that's what it's gonna take to cast 5 drops and to bring back Kroxa on turn 4. I'm gonna have to try that. Opponent either has Cling or another Enforcer. That check for the graveyard implies another Enforcer. Try to say the eliminate to hit something else. Well, no land yet. So, we're 13 cards deep. There have been 3 lands. Will we draw the 4th? They are doing it. There goes the 4th land. Hey, it's It's just the wrong one, but what can you do? Yep. Okay. Let's get him. Let Kroxa go to work. It's a crab. Oh no. So, do they want to trade the Thieves Guild with the Kroxa? Okay, they're also casting the Thief. It's interesting. I mean, we can block here and just get it back. Because I think that what they have is a drown. So, forcing them to drown Kroxa over and over while keep just bringing it back over and over. Like, they can't drown it forever. If they counter this, though... Nah. We'll get to that. If they buy Lurrus, they're out of stuff. All right. So they can play Lurrus and get some of this back, which is obnoxious, but we've got some pretty good lines this turn. This being one of them. Now we'll see if they just get a crab and mill me again, or what they do here, but it's pretty low on ammo. They already played their land, so they're getting Enforcer, which, meh. Let's see if we stay mana screwed, or if we hit this land drop. Nope, can't do it. Alright, so we can get their last card, let them have another creature from their graveyard, which mills me a lot more, or we can take care of this now. Okay, we're at 10. Let's go ahead and get rid of this too. Or maybe we should have held that. The opponent has something at instant speed. It might have been a rogue. So now it's not a rogue. What is it? What holds priority right there? Heartless Act? Heartless Act. Crab, but this is Heartless Act. Okay. So if it's Heartless Act, we'll just knock it out of their hand without bringing this back. Cheaper, and we'll get the Lurrus. Now you take 3. Good move. Nice choice. Off the top, not into the story. Excitement. All right, we got a blood on the snow these before they cost us the game. Kroxa you for 3. Well, if we try to cast Lurrus, and this is a counter, it's a pretty big mistake. Costs us the whole turn. Let's just go for Kroxa. Okay, that was going to happen regardless. At least we got some cards out of the graveyard. Wind Robber. Immediate sacrifice. Top deck a land. Top deck a land. Do it. Do it. Good. Good job. All right, keeps on top. You know what that is. But the opponent is almost dead here. We can put them on 1. And then we have 3 mana left over to play a Lurrus, which they have to kill. And then we still bring Kroxa back the next turn. Or we can escape this, and then we have this creature on the board, and the opponent goes to 2. I think this is better. There's still a chance we escape enough to end the opponent that way. We've got 14 cards in the graveyard. Or 15 in the graveyard, 15 in the library. It's always into the story. If they have a card on top of their deck, it's 100% into the story. So let's see if they can get out of this at 2 life. It's not looking good for them. But we'll see. That's an expensive way to do it. 1 mind, draw 2. God. Even when you have a good Rogues matchup, it is a frustrating game to play. The operation of completely deranking ourselves with this unknown deck is now at 11 out of 12 decks, if this turns out to be Rogues, have been blue. 11 out of 12. And we have played against Rogues twice where we didn't have a Kroxa in the top 40 cards of our deck. Okay, this is cycling. Okay. I'm pretty sure we lose, but we do have 1 Soul Guide Lantern we could draw. 1 Soul Guide Lantern somewhere in the deck. And Lurrus can get it back over and over. So that's our plan. Also, somehow maybe we can catch them with a Kroxa and get rid of like their Zenith Flare or something. Yep. Amy, go on 1, hee. Yep. Make your choice. One land gone. They drew plenty of land. Always one of the challenges of your 19 land deck, but they seem to be doing fine. Another Stinger. Okay, they have plenty of good cheap threats, but they didn't have Fox. And they do miss the land now. Pretty good. Four cards in the graveyard. Let's skip the Lurrus, and then we can Lurrus the Kroxa next turn, and they have to figure out how to kill the Lurrus, or it can gain life. And we can Kroxa them every turn. All right, got to 5 lands, no problem. Another Stinger. All right. Starting to tilt me. I think we might be okay to go for Well, if we go for Lurrus here, we can't play this. Okay, we can't play Lurrus this turn. That's unfortunate. Let's do this. Might draw into something good. It's definitely a cycle against them. Okay, if I'd done that first, I could still cast the Lurrus, but I'm not sure I would want to. How far can they go here? Do they have another land? Memory leak for my Lurrus? Nope, takes into the unknown. That's interesting. They better have a solution for the Lurrus then. I mean, what are you gonna do? Block the Haven? That would be weird. 6 cards in the grave. They say oops. We'll see how it all goes. They're going to be under a lot of Kroxa pressure now. This is the life they chose. They lose Footfall Crater. If they're holding Flare, how big is it? It's not big enough to kill. If Lurrus sticks around, it gains life back. They cycle. Yeah, I don't know about taking the unknown there, but I mean, it is a draw 5. Okay. So we cast it with the Lurrus first. Get a card. They discard the Lurrus, okay. Cast it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Lurrus Kroxa combo is coming for you. Which card are you going to discard now? I mean, if you just hold Flare, you're just hoping to hit back-to-backs, I guess? Oh, you discard a Flare. Wow. This is 3 life. It's a big deal. You keep the token. All right. I mean, obviously, if they just go Flare your face, it's very close. Because they could just draw one and win. But that's asking a lot. Aren't that many in the deck. They say go. Yeah, they're going to Flare something here. So do we try to pressure the hand first? I guess it's not going to matter, right? Yeah, I think they're going to Flare the Lurrus. They might Flare the Kroxa. That would be a little wacky. They could do it. Let's try to pressure them to close the game. They let this happen, so they must be planning on targeting either my face and just hoping to draw another one, or the Lurrus. Oh my gosh, it's another Zenith Flare? What are they doing? Man, they would be hoping to draw the 4th Flare in their deck now. That blows my mind. That absolutely blows my mind. Better Flare me. Okay, they're trying to draw the last Flare in their deck. They're looking for all 4 here. And off the top, is it the 4th Zenith Flare in the top 21 cards? It's a cycle of sadness. Got it done, somehow. Somehow we got it done against cycling. At this point, it's a thought experiment. I want, if I play one more aggro deck, right? One more deck that just plays creatures and tries to kill you. I'll take an adventure deck, a mono red deck. I just want to see how high I can run this number. How rigged is the arena matchmaking? All right, we go first with double Allure and double removal spell and some mana. I like it. Mono red? Is my quest at an end? This is mono red. It's where drawing 2 Allures is not very good, quite honestly. You kind of want one and you want it to be the last card you play. Zippity zap. You thought you had the God draw, but all you did was attack for 1. Rim to the rock. Epic. Okay, we double smash next turn. Feels good. We don't double smash if they play Annex, so this could go bad. So I guess I'm gonna hold this Heartless Act for an Annex. Opponent with a legendary beatdown. Okay. Now we double smash. Do you have another card there? You have a Frostbite. I'll take this would-be land and make it a 2-for-1. All right, so Torbran or Embercleave? What do you think their big top-end card is? What would it be, chat? There is no chat. What would it be, YouTube comments? It's not Torbran, they would have played it. Come here, Lurrus. You're gonna help me win this game. We are gonna need to draw that land, the number 5. We kind of burned the one we had. We do run 29 land, if you count these. Here's a Bone Crusher. Let's see what we draw. Oh wait, I guess if we draw the land, we can Allure, so let's go for this. A nice clean battlefield makes Allure much more appealing. Killing a Bone Crusher for 1 mana feels really good too. That card's been a pain in the neck. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. All right, they got my spare supplies, which is like the best hit they could have. Hitting my spare supplies has to be like one of the best things that could have happened to them. But if they sacrifice it, it goes to the graveyard and we can set up the Lurrus thing, so it's usually worth it. If they get 1 card, we get 5. Unfortunately, when you look at our 5 cards, they don't look that hot, do they? I guess the smashing's still really good. All right, we need to find a Kroxa to wear them down so that Lurrus can actually survive, because we know they have Frostbite. At least I think we know they have Frostbite. And our life total's getting low. There's a Lantern. Doesn't really do much against them. Does help us draw cards with Lurrus. We could play this, kill these. We go down to 6 from that exchange, but they do need a creature to take advantage of Embercleave. So I think it's the right play. We can thin the deck as we go. Looking for Kroxa. All right, please don't have a Rimrock Knight. This is so painful. Also risky if they have a haste creature. I still have 4 cards. I think at least 1 is Frostbite and 1's Embercleave. So they draw Torbran. Definitely doing this. I think we power up the Haven. Try to draw out the Frostbite. Oh my lord. Really? Another one? Okay, so their last card is Frostbite. Okay. Go to 2. We need to have mana open for a Robber of the Rich. We can punch the opponent here. I don't think that's very good. We also need to probably trade this for the Bone Crusher Giant. Okay, Extinction Event does it. Don't think it matters. Please don't draw another Bone Crusher Giant. Please. 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 All right, target with Fire Prophecy? I don't think so. Still need a Kroxa. Still need a Kroxa. Would you like to target your Bone Crusher Giant? I guess we should draw a card now. We do have Frostbite to cover a Robber of the Rich. And we might hit a land. Something's still holding priority. Might just be the opponent with some stops turned on. Verve and Champion. Would you like to Rimrock it? Nope. Frostbite. Still holding the Frostbite. Okay. Got him. Now, can we get this job done before we take lethal damage? Robber of the Rich. Oh my gosh, if they hit a removal spell, we lose. And they hit a land. Whew. Oh my gosh, that was scary. That was terrifying. All right, do they win? Top deck? Of course they're gonna say good game when they draw the spell. Oh, all right, they say good game when they draw the land. That gets a heart. That's, you know. I would not actually hate them if they made me sweat a little. I would talk some trash, but I would understand. And our quest for creature decks is ended. And we are back for the post-game wrap. If you thought I was salty in this video, thank you for sticking to it. Trigger warning, I probably was. It was a tough video to make. The matchmaking was just brutal. Pretty much a little bit of what I've suspected for a while now, that there's more control in Mythic, whereas the meta, according to Untapped GG and various other sources, is still like 80% aggro decks. They're not making it to Mythic like they used to, so... that or matchmaking is truly rigged, or I'm just really unlucky today. All those things, but I'm sure when you're in that situation, it's not very fun for you either. So be considerate that when I'm not having a particular amount of fun making a video, there's probably going to be snarky comments. But sometimes I still want to showcase a deck. I still want to play Magic. I want to keep the streak alive. I want to entertain the people. So yeah, I'm going to tough it out. I'll put up a Brawl video today too, probably, and you guys can see me having fun over there. Because Standard, frankly, when you have to play against Rogues in like 5 out of 11 matches, is not fun. Like, I don't know how you have fun against Rogues that often. I have 4 Kroxas in my deck. It's still not fun. It's a chore. It's a chore to beat Rogues. I think you guys understand. I think any of you who like can have empathy and sit in another person's shoes totally get it. But I do hope you enjoyed the show, and I do hope that you try this deck out and that you get favorable creature matchups. It's also a very fun play queue deck. I would not try to grind Mythic with it unless you are seeing nothing but aggro, as taking the losses to a bad streak of matchmaking is just too tilting, in my opinion. If you're totally just willing to can the Yorion matchups and just play this against aggro matchups, you're gonna do fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.